On Global TV News Express, Governor lobby Tinubu to block local government direct payment. In business, CBN Deputy Governor seeks financial inclusion for women. Others on the foreign scene, Trump begins mass layoff of Voice of America. And in sports, Eagle hits Kigali camp ahead of Rwanda clash. Hello and welcome to all our viewers in Nigeria and around the world to News Express on Global Television. Coming to you live from the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Ramsey Enoch. A quick reminder that Global Television is on DSTV channel 365 and Star Times 276. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo has criticized the 70,000 naira new minimum wage approved for workers by President Bola Tinubu, describing it as grossly inadequate to cover workers' basic needs, including transportation, food, and housing. The former president accused labor leaders of betraying workers by prioritizing personal interests over collective welfare. And the Trade Union Congress has backed a Lagos-based National Youth Service Corps member, Uche Ugamaye, also known as Ray, who claimed to have received threats for criticizing President Bola Tinubu's administration. TUC President Festus Osifo says the Corps member spoke out of frustration, advising government not to go after her, but to be tolerant of critics. The TUC boss, however, advised critics to always criticize the government within the expected norm and with some level of decorum. State governors have launched a fresh push against the planned disbursement of federal allocation to the local government councils in renewed bid to delay the implementation of the Supreme Court verdict on local government autonomy. Some of the governors, during a meeting with President Bola Tinubu at the State House, Abuja, kick against payment of the local government allocation through the Central Bank of Nigeria, citing the need to address the multiple billion-dollar debt allegedly incurred by the council. Presidency officials said the governors used the opportunity of the IFA dinner to lobby the president and renew negotiation on direct allocation to the council, which has suffered delays. The Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Lufemi Oluyede, has urged troops of the Nigerian Army to make the country safer and more secure to ensure the safety and well-being of all Nigerians. Oluyede gave the charge while addressing the troop at the parade ground during his maiden operational visit to the 12th Brigade General Army, Chiamagberi Barracks in Lokoja. He commended the troop for their good job and sacrifice in maintaining national security, defending the country's sovereignty and upholding its interests. The Rivers State House of Assembly has issued a notice accusing the state governor, Siminalayi Fubara, and his deputy, Ngozi Odu, of alleged misconduct. The lawmakers justify their actions based on the Nigerian Constitution. A federal high court sitting in Lagos ordered the arraignment of former chairman of First Bank of Nigeria PLC, Oba Otudeko, and its former managing director, BC Onasia, over an alleged 12.3 billion naira fraud. Delivering the ruling, Justice Aneke held that it is settled principle of law that a defendant's plea must be taken before any application can be considered. The Lagos state government has warned that the state will experience above normal rainfall in 2025, with potential flash floods in some areas that could disrupt commercial activities, pose risk to lives and properties, and cause flight delays. The Commissioner for Environment and Water Resources, Tokunbo Wahab, described this in a statement on his official X account. According to Wahab, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency, that is NIMET, has forecasted an early onset of the rainy season beginning in the last week of March, with the season expected to extend until early December. The Nigerian Senate has dismissed allegations by suspended Senator Natasha Akpoti-Oduahan regarding a planned arrest upon her return from the Inter-Parliamentary Union event in the UK. In New York, a Senate spokesman Adeyemi Ademodu in a press statement says President of the Senate Godswill Akpabio and the Senate have not reason to engage with Akpoti-Oduahan on the matter. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention, that is NCDC, says 1,319 deaths have been recorded in the country's ongoing diphtheria outbreak. The NCDC made this known in its latest situation report from the National Diphtheria Emergency Operations Center, published via its official website. Diphtheria is a serious bacterial infection caused by Acinetobacterium diphtheria. The National Agency for Food and Drug Administration and Control, that is NAFDAC, has uncovered a fraudulent syndicate impersonating the agency to scam foreign companies using fake documents. The agency announced the discovery in a statement by Professor Mojisola Christiana Adeyeye, FAS, its Director General, following a petition from Atani Almeni Trading Group, Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates, which fell victim to the scam. It was revealed that the syndicate is being led by one Ikoro Mang Ifendu, who was arrested on February 7, 2025 in Aba, Abia State for allegedly defrauding foreign firms by posting a NAFDAC official. You're watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returned, CBN Deputy Governor seeks financial inclusion for women, others. A detail coming shortly. Please, business and sports stories on the other side of the break. Back and now in business, the Asset Management Corporation of Nigeria says it has recovered over 2.1 trillion naira in debt despite its challenges since inception. It also stated that the corporation currently has over 2,000 cases in court, as some of AMCOM's debtors owe nearly 5 trillion naira, adding that the debtors who borrowed these monies do not use it for the purpose for which the money was borrowed. This was disclosed in Lagos during a press conference by the agency's head of Corporation and Corporate Communications, Jude Mwaza. The Deputy Governor, Corporate Services of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Usoro, has called for the inclusion of women and other undeserved groups in the financial ecosystem. Usoro made this call during her presentation titled Accelerating Women's Financial Inclusion, Unlocking Opportunities for Growth and Investment at Citibank's inaugural Women in Central Bank event held in London, United Kingdom, in commemoration of this year's International Women's Day. During her presentation, Usoro reiterated the Apex Bank's commitment to driving bold data-driven policies that accelerate access to finance, drive investment, and foster a more inclusive, dynamic economy. Nigeria is rapidly solidifying its position as a leader in Africa's fourth industrial revolution, with its digital transformation market projected to rise to $22.82 billion by 2029. The report highlights Nigeria's burgeoning adoption of artificial intelligence, the Internet of Things, and robust broadband infrastructure, positioning the nation at the forefront of the continent's digital evolution. Driving this transformative growth are the finance and telecommunications sector. And now on the foreign scene, U.S. President Donald Trump says he had no intention to ease steel and aluminum tariff as Washington edged towards an all-out trade war with major partners. Since January, Trump has imposed levies on multiple trading partners and imports, including steel and aluminum rolling financial markets, and fanning fears that his plans could tip the world's biggest economy into recession. The president told reporters aboard Air Force One he did not plan to make exception for the tariff, saying, "No, I have no intention of that." Kurdish-led forces that control large swathe of northern Syria says 9 people from the same family were killed Sunday night in a bombing it blamed on Turkey. A Turkish occupation aircraft bombed a farming family south of Kobani in the late hours of Sunday night. The Syrian Democratic Forces said in a statement, in addition to the 9 members of the Ottoman Abdo family killed in the strike, the SDF said 2 wounded relatives were taken to hospital. Most of the victims were children, according to graphic photos of the aftermath that the SDF posted to Telegram. 21-year-old Sebastian Bazil from Lawton, Long Island, has become the first person in New York State to be cured of sickle cell anemia using the innovative Lyfgenia gene therapy. This pioneering treatment, administered at Cohen Children's Medical Center, offers a beacon of hope for countless individuals battling the debilitating disease. President Donald Trump's administration has begun mass layoff of Voice of America and other U.S.-funded media, making it clear its intention and intent to gut outlets long seen as critical for U.S. influence. Just a day after employees were put on leave, the staff working on a contractual basis received an email notifying them that they were terminated at the end of March. Iran's Foreign Minister Abbas Arghchi says Washington had no authority to dictate its foreign policy after U.S. President Donald Trump urged Tehran to end support for Yemen's armed forces. Trump and Washington had launched decisive and powerful military action to end the threat to Red Sea shipping by Yemen's Houthi rebels and demanded Tehran's support must end immediately. The rebels, who had controlled much of Yemen for more than a decade, are part of the axis of resistance of pro-Iran group staunchly opposed to Israel and the United States. And now in sport, Super Eagles players are expected in their Kigali, Rwanda, as Nigerians begin preparation for the first of 2 crucial 2026 World Cup qualifiers against the Rwandan national team. The Nigerian team's camp opened with new head coach Eric Chile and his backroom staff leading the back ahead of Friday's clash against the Omavubi, who are also the group leaders in the series. Nigeria will play host to 5 other African countries: Kenya, Uganda, Namibia, Tanzania, and Sierra Leone from March 26 to April 6 as the 6 countries vie for Africa's sole tickets to the 2026 ICC Under-19 Men's T20 World Cup, which will be held in Zimbabwe and Namibia. The Tafawa Balewa Square Cricket Oval and the University of Lagos Cricket Oval will host the round-robin matches between the country, as both grounds have been optimized and certified ready for the regional tournament. Nigeria's junior Yellow Greens and the 5 opponents will compete for the continent's sole ticket to the World Cup. As Global TV News Express come to an end, let's take a look at the top stories. State governors have launched a fresh push against the planned disbursement of federal allocation to local government councils in a renewed bid to delay the implementation of the Supreme Court verdict on local government autonomy. And in business, the Deputy Governor, a corporate service of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Imen Osofo, has called the inclusion of women and undeserved groups in the financial ecosystem. And on the foreign scene, President Donald Trump's administration began mass layoff at Voice of America and other U.S.-funded media, making clear its intent to gut out long seen critical for U.S. influence. And in sport, Super Eagles players are expected in their Kigali, Rwanda, as Nigerians begin preparation for the first of two crucial 2026 World Cup qualifiers against the Rwandan national team. And that's it on Global TV News Express. Kindly follow us across all social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigeria mobile app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcast. I am Ramsey Enoch. Thank you for watching.